Hello, friends and family of First CRC. It's Pastor Moses coming to you with the Midweek Thoughts. Last week, we looked at 1 Peter chapter 5 and looking at some of the qualities that we want to see in terms of mentorship. We saw the importance of being fellow elders, fellow Christians, fellow brothers and sisters with an emphasis in fellow. We saw that the importance of being part of the witness of Christ's suffering and of Jesus Christ who had resurrected, and that we are a community that looks forward into God's glory that is to be revealed. And that is the key basis upon mentoring. What we see in that is that it's not about just simply yourself and your faith and what you believe, but it's about the community that surrounds us and building a warm community. This week and next week, we look at two different people who have a mentoring and mentee relationship in Naomi and Ruth. Now, this week, we'll be looking at Ruth chapter 1 and with an emphasis on Naomi. But I found it really interesting because if you look just before Ruth, we look at the book of Judges, and the very last verse of Judges that kind of leads into Ruth. It says this is Judges 21. This is the last verse. In those days, Israel had no king. Everyone did as they saw fit. In those days, Israel had no king. Everyone did as they saw fit. Everyone did whatever they wanted, whatever they thought it was important, whatever they thought they wanted to do, they did it. It was about what they wanted to do. It was about what I wanted to do. It was about what I felt. And immediately after the end of book Judges, we see Ruth, a story of a wonderful mentoring relationship between Ruth and Naomi. As I said, this week we will look at emphasize Naomi. And I thought this is really fitting for a church like ours, the Christian Reformed Church, which has a lot of Dutch immigrant roots. Why? Well, because we see in the book of Ruth that Naomi left her home country in Israel and went into Moab, nowadays known as Jordan, because there was a famine. She had wanted to stay in her hometown, but she left because of many different circumstances that we're going to look at this Sunday. They became immigrants as they left their hometown and went into Moab. And of course, we know that from then on, everything just started come tumbling down. Imperfect. That's how I could probably describe it. Imperfect. And so through this Sunday, I hope that we can look together through looking at the life of Naomi, of how we are imperfectly perfect. We are imperfectly perfect. That we can mentor even though we have imperfectness, even though we may have things that may fail us, and even though there may be limitations to who we are, that it's not our own selves that make this mentoring relationship perfect, but it is God. We mentor through grace. We mentor through grace. Brothers and sisters in Christ, will you join with me as we come together to worship His name in grace as we look to become mentors, imperfectly perfect, mentoring through grace. I hope to see you this Sunday as we worship together. Blessings.